guys, I've got another book review for you. Today it's the Dark Heroine by Abigail Gibbs. It's a big old chunky book. It was, oh gosh, over 500. Where are we? 549 pages to be precise, 549. And it's got the black edge. I love it when it has the black edge to the book. I really enjoy that. So, here we go. Let's go for the description on the back. It says, one moment can change your life forever. For Violet Lee, a chance encounter on a darkened street draws her into a world beyond her wildest imaginings. A timeless place of vast elegance and immeasurable wealth, of beautiful mansions and lavish parties, where a decadent group of friends live for pleasure alone. A place from which there is no escape, no matter how hard Violet tries. Yet all the riches in the world can't mask the darkness that lies beneath the gilded surface, embodied in the charismatic but dangerous Caspar Vaughn. Violet and Caspar surrender to a passion that transcends their separate worlds, but it's a passion that comes at a price. I really enjoyed this book. I found it really addictive. I literally read this in like 2 or 3 days. I mean, it doesn't help that my internet was down and it was cold and wet and miserable outside, so all I did was kind of hunker down with a book and read, but I found it really addictive. I mean, it was kind of like your traditional vampire love story in a way, because it's kind of a little bit obvious in as much as a vulnerable teenage girl meets dark, strange vampire. He's horrible, kind of, you know, got this air about him, then falls in love with him, they live forever kind of thing. Excuse me. So yeah, so it's very much a traditional kind of vampire-y love story kind of deal. But even so, I found it really addictive. I think a lot of that was to do with the writing style, which I really enjoyed. And also the kind of, the way the author kind of really gets you into the world of the Vaughns. The Vaughns are the vampire family. It was a little bit predictable, but kind of in a good way, because I could kind of see where it was going. It left me able to enjoy the actual writing and get involved with the characters. I think that's what I really liked, actually, sort of kind of the character development and the world development is what I really liked. I also really liked that this was set in London and England, because a lot of vampire books are set in the States, and being a British lass, it's nice sometimes to read a book that's by a British author set in Britain. So that was quite good as well. Now the chapters are written predominantly from the perspective of Violet, the girl in this, but then every now and then you'll get a chapter from Caspar's point of view, which was quite interesting. I mean, Caspar's chapters were a lot smaller than Violet's chapters, but it was quite good to see things in from a different viewpoint, which was quite good. It didn't jump around backwards and forwards a lot like that, because I find sometimes books a bit of a struggle like that, but it was just enough to give you a different perspective, which was nice. There were a few sort of complicated bits in it, because there was quite a lot of political issues, made up political issues, but it was kind of, at some points I found my head kind of, I don't know, I had to kind of force myself to remember what had happened previous, if you know what I mean. But that didn't affect the kind of the way I read the book or my enjoyment of the book. It was quite nice to have a kind of more intellectual, I guess, point of view in the book, rather than it just being kind of like a slushy, lovey book. If that makes sense. Probably not. and yeah, and it all obviously it all comes together at the end. Everything you know, at various points of the book, it all kind of ties together each bit. So that was good. There was a sexy scene in there, but it was really well written. It wasn't trashy or trampy. It was really very well written. It wasn't very. It went on for a long time, but it wasn't very X-rated. It was just very well written, and kind of really dragged you in because you were already really. I felt like I was already really involved with their life and their character development. So that was really good. So yeah, all in all, a really, really addictive, enjoyable read. A traditional vampire lovey type story, but with a kind of some political twists in there about how the normal world interacts with the vampire world. And also they threw in there some other dimensions, some other fantasy, I don't want to say creatures, beings from other dimensions in there as well. So yeah, it was all a very, very interesting read and very enjoyable indeed. And I'd really recommend that if you want something that's kind of really addicting and easy reading, and you like your vampire books. So yeah, so it was The Dark Heroine by Abigail Gibbs. Oh, good.